What's up, guys? Well, Halloween ends. This is the non-spoiler review. You don't have to worry about any spoilers for this film that I'll be giving in this review. And this is just my thoughts, general thoughts on the movie. And look, let's just get this out of the way. Um, After you watch this movie, you would think, why was this a trilogy? And if this was a trilogy, it has the Star Wars sequel trilogy syndrome, where I don't think it was planned from beginning to end. I think they just came up with ideas off the cuff and went with them. And for the second film, I actually really like that movie. I enjoy Halloween Kills more than I like Halloween, the 2018 film. Just has less problems. It's more entertaining, more fun for me. Um, but this takes place 4 years later, and that's all I'll say is that the timeline is 4 years later. If you've seen stuff with interviews with Jamie Lee Curtis or anything, seen the trailer, Laurie is better. She's learning to live with the grief without the grief living over her. She's coming to terms with everything that's happened in her life. She's gotten some sort of help, and she is a much brighter person when we see her in this movie. Um, One thing leads to another. She gets concerned about a certain situation that spirals into madness, and we have our big final battle between Laurie Strode and Michael Myers. That's why you go to see this movie. You want the final duel. I mean, there's going to be a final standoff. And when you see it, you say, wow, I wish this was the whole film. Because really, the only 20 minutes of this movie is what matters. What they're trying to do with the first hour and a half or whatever, hour and 20 so minutes of this movie, what they're trying to do is just introduce a whole new concept and a whole new idea in your last film. Maybe if this was introduced in like the last movie, maybe if they wanted to do 4 movies, this could have been not the ending because it feels, I don't know. You see, like when you watch Halloween Kills, it ends and you're like, okay, well, I wonder what else they could do because it was such an extreme ending. You wonder what else can they do? And the filmmakers don't even know because Michael Myers is barely in this film. Um, if you go into this movie expecting a lot of Michael Myers, you're just not going to get that. It's totally different. The movie totally changes shape, if you know what I'm saying. And it doesn't work. It's too late in the game to do that. I see what they were trying to do, story elements that they were trying to introduce to us, but it all is underwritten, underdeveloped, and it all just sort of falls flat. And by the time this new storyline wraps up, it just feels like, okay, well, that's over. We can finally get to the what we all wanted to come here for anyway. The marketing for this movie is very deceiving, extremely deceiving, and I think a lot of people leave this movie theater disappointed and upset. This is a very it's a bad movie. This is not a good movie. And look, the acting. The best part of the film, the best character of this movie is no doubt and no surprise, it's Jamie Lee Curtis as Laurie Strode. What she does with the character, her performance, she is the character that never gives up and she never backs down, and she's always there to be the supportive uh, bright light, and she's a warrior, and she continues to be a warrior in this film. And she was excellent in this. I think her character was the best written. What they were doing with her, great. What they were doing with Michael, piss poor, and a stinker. Quite honestly, not good. A new character is introduced in this film. His name is Corey. What they do with it, it is just not good. It's too late. It's too late to do anything like this. And if you were to do it, maybe have planned it out better, have written it better. This just seems like, you know, they said, well, we don't know what to do with Michael Myers after kills, so we're going to go a whole different direction, and then we'll pop them up, and then they'll have their big fight, and the movie will end. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. But what I will say, the best part of the movie is the battle between Laurie and Michael. You hear in lots of interviews, Jamie Lee Curtis wanted this to feel like a street fight. She didn't want it to feel like a movie fight, and it absolutely feels like a street fight. This is one of the best confrontations, physical confrontations that I've seen in any film. I think it was so powerful, so well done. The use of practical stuff, just excellent. I mean, it was all just so raw. And the last 20 minutes of this movie is what you'll go to the movie for. And you go, wow, that was great. So you might leave on a high, but then you remember the hour and 20 minutes prior, and you go, oh, well, what the hell was that about? And why was it in this final Halloween movie? I mean, it was just really, really ridiculous. Added a lot of questions, a lot of dumb stuff. And look, in the end of the day, Laurie Strode is great. The battle between Laurie and Michael is great. But other than that, this movie suffers from just not knowing what it wants to be. And in the end of the day, Halloween Ends gets a 2 out of 5 stars for me. Did not like it. Did not care for it. I will buy this just for that final 20 minutes. The final 20 minutes is actually great. And I just wish that the screenwriters knew how to make that just the film, and what you can do with these ideas instead of introducing all this new stuff that just doesn't work. It doesn't work. So that's where I'm at with this, guys. Comment down below. What did you think about Halloween Ends? No spoilers in this one, but you can expect a spoiler review from me where I'll go in depth with the stuff that just, quite frankly, didn't work with this movie. So, in the end of the day, it's not good. It's a stinker. But it does have a really good last 20 minutes, and Laurie Strode is the best part of the film, best character of the film. Guys, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, come on over, do so. Check out all the content we got. You can follow me on Twitter at RyanKing72 and Instagram and TikTok at KingArises131. And that's been it for me. Thank you so much for watching my non-spoiler review for Halloween Ends. And until next time, over and out.